First and foremost, there's this idea of there's the business of what you do and then the business of running your business. And I think that you need to make sure that you fully appreciate how difficult it's going to be, because unless you are extremely well funded, you're not going to have the ability to pay for somebody to manage one or the other. And to be frank, I'm not so sure that even if you could, that's a good idea. It's really good that I managed the front of the house of the restaurant for 7 years, because I understand what goes on. I empathize with my customers, I empathize with my hostess and my bussers and my waiters and the chefs and the whole deal. I understand it. And if I hadn't been involved in that role, I think that it would have been difficult for the restaurant to achieve a certain level, because its leader wouldn't have known what the heck was going on. On the flip side, the same thing true. I always get very nervous when people outsource all of their back of the house functions. People need to understand that financial statements and staying on top of that stuff and staying on top of accounts receivable and accounts payable and all of that is not very sexy, not something that we like to talk about getting in the restaurant business, but I think that that's the stuff that people didn't realize. Oh my God, this is really a big drain. The other piece of advice that I really now understand in a way that I didn't get was that people told me, hey, it's all about the menu. But that was from very much a customer-centric perspective, somebody without any restaurant experience. And I've really, really, really come to realize that the menu is much more than just, a marketing piece, or just, hey, here's what we have for sale. The menu really drives everything. It drives how you lay out your kitchen. It drives the staff you're going to have. It drives the customer segment that you're going to try to bring in. If there is one manifestation of the restaurant, if there's one thing you can point to, I think the menu is it. That you can take a look at somebody's menu and say, I understand this place. The conventional wisdom is figure out what your customer segment's going to be and really focus on that customer segment. I totally now understand why people need to do this, but one of the things that I think makes Top of the Hill special is that I saw it as more of a geographic-based thing. And so because of its location on a crossroads, because we dominate the landscape, and because of my realization that there was no place that the community actually got together, the thrust of Top of the Hill was to be the social crossroads of Chapel Hill. And quite frankly, that flies in the face of all conventional wisdom, and probably almost drove us out of business the first year as people tried to figure out what it was that we did. But ultimately, I think it's the reason why we're so successful.